Everything about the movie Challengers embodies the sport of tennis. From the back and forth in relationships to the back and forth in timelines, and even the camera itself, everything in this movie feels like it's one giant match of tennis. Director Luca Guadigno has made several movies about relationships. His last few films especially, Call Me By Your Name, Bones and All, and now Challengers, show relationships in all their messiness. And with Challengers being about tennis, it provided him with another fantastic opportunity to tell a story about relationships in so many layered and nuanced ways. Guadigno didn't shy away from the chaos of a love triangle or the frenetic pacing of a tennis match. He put the audience right in the middle of the game being love and the game being tennis. But really, are relationships and tennis so different? I love the way writer Justin Kuritzkis recognized all of the overlaps between tennis and romantic relationships. That was brought to screen beautifully by Guadigno and elevated even further by the score from Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. This movie was so fun to watch, and the experience I had watching the film only got better as the movie progressed. It seemed to match the intensity of a real tennis match. And as a non-tennis fan, it made me want to follow the sport. But what I appreciated most about Challengers is the way the characters were staged, and the ways that color showed up to symbolize the relationships between characters. The main colors in the film being red and blue, reflecting Art and Patrick's characters.
I know who you are. You're fire and ice, right?
Oh my god. In the flesh.
The answer to who is fire and who is ice, the two elements symbolizing their personalities, actually changes throughout the film. And those changes are a direct result of the two characters' pursuits of Tashi, and their successes and failures in a romantic relationship with her. In the earlier timelines, I would say Art is fire and Patrick is ice. Art reacts with anger in tennis when he's not doing well, while Patrick is cool under pressure. He matured quicker and is more of a smooth operator, while Art showcases more of a youthful stubbornness. And they're also dressed in their respective colors as the film rolls along. And any scene that Art dominates in, or Patrick does, their colors make more of an appearance. But in later timelines, their colors swap. Through their relationships with Tashi, they've been permanently altered as individuals. Tashi's motivations were pretty straightforward.
I want to watch some good fucking tennis.
She liked tennis because of how it made her feel, in a close relationship with her opponent, in a seemingly endless flow state. In the early moments, she wears more blue, signaling her choice of Patrick first. But in later timelines, Tashi embodies more red, symbolizing her chosen partner of Art. Her hair is brighter, looking more auburn, and in the final match, she's drinking a red water bottle backed by someone wearing a red shirt. But on the court, Patrick has a streak of red, while Art is wearing more blue. Even Art's hair has lost its strawberry blonde tone and is more bland. Throughout the film, the story is told in 3 sets. The movie is about tennis, but really it's about romantic relationships and how closely a romantic relationship resembles the sport of tennis. In the first set, Patrick is winning. He's winning on the court, and he's won over the attraction of Tashi, the prize coveted between the two players. In the second set, Art is winning. He comes to the defense of Tashi when she hurts her knee, as Patrick loses his cool after a fight with her and he doesn't show up. We see the characters take the lead on and off the court, through the game and through their dialogue, but also in their clothing and settings in which they pursue Tashi. In set 1, blue is more dominant, symbolizing Patrick's icy demeanor. In set 2, red is more prominent. And it certainly helps here that both Tashi and Art went to Stanford. And the reason Tashi entertains both Art and Patrick as partners is because she sees elements of their tennis game that are missing.
You can beat him, you know that? You should beat him, actually.
Patrick needs a bit of what Art has, and vice versa. Tashi's game here is to see if she can bring what's missing out of both of them. In one of the most pivotal moments, after Tashi gets injured, we're shown Art consoling her in the Stanford locker room. Even after a big fight, she's still together with Patrick. And even in the Cardinal Red locker room, there are still some blue elements, but those are quickly washed out by Art's red.
Get the fuck out!
Fast forward to a single Tashi and the beginning of Art's courtship, and the first scene we see is overwhelmingly blue. Through the relationship with Tashi, both Patrick and Art change. They start adopting the colors of each other after Tashi and Patrick split, and even start adopting each other's behaviors. After Patrick loses, he slams his racket, and before set 3, Art's relaxing while Patrick storms the court in anger. And all the while, Tashi is in the same place she's always been with the two boys, in a position of control at the head of the triangle. Challengers featured a director at the height of his game. You get the sense that he knew exactly what he was doing and didn't compromise his vision at all. From the borderline excessive slow-mo shots to the score jumping in and out at random times, all of these choices felt intentional. Pretty much every scene in the film features 2 out of the 3 or all 3 of the main characters talking about or playing tennis. There are a few cut-ins for each character to give us deeper insights on their personal lives or what they're going through in that moment, but the vast majority of the scenes feature some combination of Tashi, Patrick, and Art. And we as the audience are placed at the center of the action. We watch the story volley back and forth, but when all 3 characters share a scene together, we watch it bounce around in a triangle. It is a love triangle after all, and a triangle is at the heart of the climax of the film. By the time the story is done bouncing around to all the different timelines, it felt immensely gratifying. We didn't want this tennis match to end. We finally saw 2 characters in a flow state with one another, going back and forth in a game which seemed difficult for the both of them, but a game that they were fully in control of. Control, stability, and consistency are present in all the best tennis players, but there was a lack in the back and forth of Tashi's relationships with both men. She was fully in control, and she was looking for someone to push back against her, to challenge her, but make her feel at ease at the same time. And neither Art nor Patrick could do both. As a result, she was never fully happy with Art, even though they had a child together. And she continued to mess around with Patrick, even though she knew where they would always end up. Tashi is always in a position of power. Her main motivation is stated early on in the film when she talks about the flow state that she felt during the game of tennis. She loves tennis because of what it feels like, a relationship between 2 people.
It's like we were in love.
But through the film, she manipulates Art and Patrick's relationships to mirror a tennis game. Tashi is almost always at the top point of the triangle in the staging of the 3 characters. Her character is staged so that it draws both Art and Patrick together, but she always makes a point to keep them both at a distance when they're all sharing a scene. That's why in the timeline, when she has chosen Art to be her husband, she pretty much only interacts with them separately and never appears at ease with just one of them. That flow state and easy back and forth isn't always common in relationships. I sort of wish we had a deeper look at some of Tashi's motivations. We knew she was obsessed with tennis, the trauma of her injury never fully healed, and that led to her pushing her eventual husband to no longer love the sport. But either way, that climax was a stunning send-off from the film, and I would have sat for hours watching Art and Patrick battle it out. What were your thoughts on the film? If you didn't like tennis before you watched the movie, do you appreciate the sport more now? Let us know in the comments below and subscribe for more film essays in the future. Thanks for watching.